I first visited Elder Park over 50 years ago on my arrival in Adelaide in 1967. It lies between the city and North Adelaide and is popular with all age groups. In the 1800s, these riverbanks were home to the native Aboriginals. The River Torrens, which started its journey 53 miles away in the Adelaide Hills, forms one of its highlights, Torrens Lake. The weir was constructed by prison labourers in 1867. This was a timber wooden dam, but poorly built, and was almost immediately washed away. Construction on a concrete weir began in November 1880 and was completed in 1881 at a cost of £7,000. The weir was further modified in 1929 with the footbridge, and the gates can now be fully raised and the river allowed to pass on its journey into the sea at the Gulf of St. Vincent.
This parkland on the left-hand side is known as Pinky's Flats, a popular spot for wedding photos and picnics, large picnics.
So the River Torrens can now be used from the weir to the drop-off point for the zoo by pleasure boats, for those who just like mucking about on the river. The lake forms a centrepiece for many Adelaide events and postcards to you. The view of the park from the city bridge will never disappoint. Being constructed on the northern bank of the river is the new Adelaide Cricket Oval. The river's fauna and flora have both deliberately and accidentally impacted its settlement in the 19th century. Natural forests were cleared, gravel removed for construction, and many foreign species introduced. Elder Park, with its iron rotunda, 30-foot iron bandstand, which was funded by Sir Thomas Elder Smith. The park has been named after him.
Assembled here back in 1881, the same year it was built, and that parkland was turned into English gardens as well.
Since European settlement, the river has been a frequent tourist attraction. During the early years of settlement, the river acted as both the city's primary water source and main sewer, leading to outbreaks of typhoid and cholera.
Voyages as well down to Adelaide, which we're now approaching is the King William Adelaide Bridge, carries the King William.
But we now look on happier times
Adelaide Centre on our right.
and look forward to the journey up the river to our getting off point
Construction completed in 19.
at Adelaide Zoo, and a nice walk back. The first of our bridges is the concrete City Bridge. It was built in 1931 and replaced an iron bridge built in 1856. We then pass clubhouses where the rowing boats are stored, and another of the Popeye boats that ferry the tourists up and down the lake. Must be a quiet day today. The next bridge to go under is the University Footbridge, connecting the University of Adelaide to the University Oval. This was the first welded bridge in South Australia. Now that's a nice place for a picnic. Beyond the cars on the right are the Botanical Gardens and the Adelaide Zoo. The last bridge to go under on our trip is the Albert Bridge, which stands next to Adelaide Zoo. Manufactured in England and opened in 1879. At that time it had a timber deck. This was replaced with concrete in 1922. A complete restoration of the bridge was completed in 1982, with the bridge now appearing as it did in 1879.
It's only about 2 meters deep here in the channel.
I took this piece of film of Colonel William Light 50 years ago, and I am still as impressed today with his words as I was then. Definitely a man of great vision. Some of the buildings have got rather taller in the last 50 years. The reasons that led me to fix Adelaide where it is, I do not expect to be generally understood or calmly judged of at present. My enemies, however, by disputing their virility in every particular, have done me a good service of fixing the whole of the responsibility unto me. I am perfectly willing to bear it, and I leave it to prosperity, and not to them, to decide whether I am entitled to praise or to blame. Colonel William Light, 1st Surveyor General.